What's up, freaks? This video is going to be fun. So I've got a friend, he's a farmer, and he wants to do a little weight reduction, if y'all know what I mean, on his 6.7 Powerstroke. So I know what y'all are thinking. You clicked on this video, you probably want to do it for your video. Make sure you don't do that, because if you're driving on the highway, you can't. But this guy, he's a farmer. This isn't going to be highway use. He doesn't have to worry about anything there. So we're going to do a little weight reduction, and I'm going to walk y'all through it in case anybody ever goes and buys a farm or a ranch and they want to turn one of their older pickup trucks into just a work truck. So first thing you're going to have to do, I need you to get a can of PB Blaster, and you're going to spray 5 bolts. So the first 3 are going to be on the back. I'm going to show you where those are. Right here. So you're going to spray those with PB Blaster, because if you're making a farm truck, you're going to be doing this to it. It's probably not going to be brand new. If it is brand new, awesome. You know, those are probably going to come off super easy for you. But for him, this thing's got 180,000 miles, and you know, you don't want to break any of these things off. So the next 2 we're going to have to do are going to come off of where the downpipe meets at a flange, and that's going to be up front. It's going to be over here by the transmission. So you're going to see those. So that's one of them. The other one's kind of tucked up. It's tucked up up on the frame. So you're going to spray those 5 with PB Blaster the day before you're going to do this. Then you're going to come in the next day. I think you're going to need a 13 millimeter for the ones in the back and a 15 millimeter for the ones in the front. That might be backwards. Either way, you need a 13 and a 15. I'm going to go get those completely off. Then we're going to start taking all of the different wiring harness clips. We're going to undo those. I'm going to show you each of those that are going to come off. Then we're going to lower that pipe. I have the new replacement. Let me show you this. Okay, so I got the box. This is what you're going to get. Shipping material. Okay, so this is the pipe that for off-road use, any of you farmers and ranchers, y'all can use this. You're going to get a new flange. You get new hardware. You get a new clamp. You've got the hangers. These are going to slide together, and then they are going to replace that stock piece, so that, you know, when you're hauling around your livestock trailers and anything else on your farms and ranches, that you don't have to worry about any of this other stuff. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get these bolts off. I'm going to drop this down after we take off the wiring harnesses, and I'm going to show you guys how easy this swap is. All right, y'all. So here's the next steps that you're going to have to do. Already got all of these unscrewed. So now you got to go through and do the clips. There's a bunch of wiring harnesses. So you got one, it's right there. It's going to connect to that one. Here, come on back a little bit more. You've got another one. You can see where that plugs into. Okay. So we're going to keep coming. So then you're going to have got a wiring harness here, and push this up. So that's going to be about like that. You unplug this and then pull that off of these plastic clips. You're going to push the whole deal up and out of the way. Pass that through. You're going to have that to undo. This one. So you see you've got like some little push on the side deals. Lift it off of there. And from there, that's it. So it's not that bad. Just get all of these clips off. From here, we're going to go ahead and we just have to get the pipe off of these hanger brackets. And then once this is down, the hard part's done. So I'm going to get this thing off and get swapped out. All right, y'all. So we're about halfway done with this weight reduction mod. And I've got the stock piece off the truck and it's down on the ground. I'm going to show you what that looks like, so you know, as far as, you know, clips and whatnot, if you end up doing this, as well as what the replacement's going to look like. So first off, to make this entire thing easier, Ford puts this separate pipe piece. It connects from the rear section where the muffler is over to the DPF. And when you take this off, you get a whole lot more wiggle room with the exhaust hangers. So I'm just going to show you all the different clips that end up coming off. If you unbolt this entire exhaust hanger bracket, it's going to make everything a lot easier for you coming down. Yeah, so that's all the clips. Now this is going to be the replacement. So this section is going to hook up to the downpipe. You've got this flange, brand new hardware. Then you've got the middle section. It does have the clamp that's going to connect the two. We're going to work our way from the front back. So we're going to start on that one with that flange that's going to connect to the downpipe. Then we're going to do the midsection. And then we will finish up by putting that OEM piece back on, tighten everything up, and then we're going to move over to the tune. But just wanted you guys to see the comparison. I don't know what the weight is on that stock piece, but people aren't being funny when they call this the weight reduction mod. So now we're going to get the new pipe on there, and next step after that is going to be getting tuned. All right, y'all, so we got the new pipe on. As you can see, got the old one here. It's off. Depending on who you buy your stainless delete pipe, race pipe, farm and ranch pipe from, you may have to cut about 2 to 2.5 inches off of it. You'll know once you have it up underneath there and you're trying to get the slip fit connection all done. Mine ended up being about 2.25 inches, but I'm going to crawl up underneath there and show you exactly what we've got. All right, so first off, started up at the front, and this is the connection to the downpipe. So you've got that on there. It's all, make sure you're clearance and you're not on that cross member, because that will cause rattling. This is the slip fit where they're both going to connect. And then you've got this where you've got 2 bolts that are really going to cinch it down really well. That back, we've got all of the connections zip tied up out of the way. They do make connector ends where you can cover those up and keep them safe from the elements. You know, if you're ever going to put your truck back on the highway, you need to do that. So make sure you do it. Also, when you're pulling the DPF off, be sure to grab your gaskets. It's easy to forget them, but you have a gasket between these two. Cinch these down, as well as the gasket there. At this point, we're ready to go ahead and install the tune. So I've got the EZ Lynk. Tunes are loaded. This guy, he just wants to do the 100 horsepower. You know, he's just pulling farm equipment around. But we're going to hop in the truck. We're going to install that, load all the tunes, the transmission tune also. And then we're going to fire this thing up, make sure we don't have any codes, everything's good. And this deal will be ready for some farm work. Y'all see one of my helpers over here, supervisor. How you doing, Layla? So we're in the truck, and now we got to connect to our EZ Lynk. Custom profiles. Okay. So it's going to go through 7-step process, bunch of turning the truck on, off. Just going to run through it. All right, so the first time y'all do this, it is going to take a while because it has to pull in your factory tune and store that. Don't trip out or anything, because it's going to throw up every single light on the dash. It's going to make all the noises that it can. Your AC is going to turn on and turn off. Your lights are going to turn on and turn off. And it's going to go through this quite a bit. But in the future, whenever you're installing new tunes, it goes a whole lot faster because at that point, all you're doing is just uploading a different file. So this thing's just about done, at least on this step, showing 96%. After that, I think it's going to have me turn it to off again and see how all this stuff goes. Like I said, it's off. You can just follow the commands and the prompts the whole way through. It's really simple. Do it and then hit continue. Installation was complete. All right. So that did the ECM and the TCM. I think we're set. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to give this a shot. Turn it off. Pull up the dash. So it's really cool when you get an EZ Lynk. You have you've got this app and you can customize it with all the different parameters that the computer is going to be able to show you in real time. We keep this up while we're driving on my other truck, that it's not deleted, but we have, you know, an emissions present tune on it. And that way, whenever we're pulling our fifth wheel, we can see what the temperatures are at, make sure everything's good and happy. But on this one, let's see what this farm truck's like. And so we're gonna fire it up and we're gonna see how it sounds. Now that right there is what a diesel pickup is supposed to sound like. This thing's gonna be sounding really good running around on the farm. And you know, now you guys can see doing an install like this. I think I'm not even 2 hours into it. I did the whole thing by myself. Some people will tell you that the DPF's pretty heavy. It is, but you know what? If you spend any time in the gym, you'll be fine. If not, I know that you can do some different things to help lower down. You can use ratchet straps. You can use jack stands. You can put a couple tires up underneath there to help you. Really, the biggest help of the whole thing is going to be make sure you've got a can of WD-40, because those exhaust hangers, they're a nightmare to try to get the metal through that rubber. But once that's out, the entire deal is going to come down. You can do it all with simple hand tools. If you've got air tools, awesome. Knock yourself out. It's just going to make it even easier. But this install, it's amazingly simple. Don't go paying somebody $1,500 to do it. All you farmers and ranchers, if y'all need any help, drop a comment down below. This is third one that I've helped some friends with. So this one's ready to do some work. The other thing I want to note is your fuel economy is going to get a lot better, and that's what we're going to see on this one. You know, I'll reply back with y'all. We're on a big ranch, so we're going to be able to, you know, run through a tank of fuel doing, you know, normal speeds to be able to get you guys some feedback. You know, it's a 3,000 acre ranch, so to be able to do highway speeds for extended period of time, we're going to run through an entire tank of fuel this weekend. We'll see how many miles we get. I do want to let y'all know. Okay, so beforehand, this is where it was at. You can see right there, 12.3. Sometimes it does a little bit better, sometimes it doesn't. But you know, that's the average. This truck is on 37s. The highest that you can program these trucks to is 34.5-inch tires. So with that said, the math that I've done, I think it's about a 6% difference. Even still, you know, we're just going to go off of this. I'll know that it's doing better, but regardless, we're going to see what this does on a full tank. We're going to run through it a little bit. Generally, it takes about 100 miles for the truck to relearn all the TCM programming, which is your transmission. Get all the shift points right, make sure everything's good. But you know, just regular highway speeds. We're going to do this one unloaded, no towing, for some real world idea of what the fuel economy increase is going to be. We don't have any guarantees. You know, some trucks do better than others, but we'll see. All right, so the install's done. Spent all weekend working on the farm. was able to put a couple 100 miles on my buddy's truck, so I want to show you all this. Average fuel economy was showing somewhere around the 12.2 range before we did this. Right now it's showing 18, and I'm going to go down and show y'all over the history. Well over 17 miles per gallon. So one thing that I want to note with this, like I was saying before, this truck has 37-inch tires on it. Whenever you do the programming with the EZ Lynk, 34.5-inch is the highest that it allows you to make that setting for. What I found that to be is somewhere around a 6% difference in fuel economy. So this puts us damn near 20 miles per gallon on a pretty stock F250. It's just got the delete done. It's got the 100 horsepower tune from GDP that, you know, they'll put through the EZ Lynk, and can't say enough good things about it. All weekend, truck performed flawlessly. There's no codes, there's no lights. It sounds awesome. So anybody's looking to do this, you know, for your farm or ranch truck, make sure y'all look into this setup. Big reason why I make these videos is videos on YouTube and the forums back in the day, for any of y'all that remember those. That's a big reason for what got me into doing all my own work, learning how to do it. People would share what they were doing, and I'm paying that forward. You know, all the projects that I end up doing in the garage for friends' trucks, our own, future project cars that we have planned, definitely keep an eye out for those. That's why I do this. So if it's something that helps y'all out for any projects that maybe you were a little skeptical or timid on doing yourself, if I can make it a little bit easier for you and, you know, get you to grab your tools and spend some time in the garage learning how to do it yourself, you're going to learn about your vehicle. It's definitely worth it. So appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe to the channel. Love to take you along for all the future projects that we're going to do. Thanks so much.